Horror movies are filled with people who make stupid moves. Would-be slasher victims trip over their own feet as they flee, police never believe anyone who claims a killer is on the loose, and everybody always assumes the monster is dead just because it's down. Sometimes, however, a horror movie features a character so overwhelmingly dumb that you almost can't help but wonder whether they actually deserve their grisly fate. Here are a few of the most facepalm-worthy moments in fright flick history. Lambert's Folly. Ridley Scott's 1979 masterpiece Alien may have revolutionized the horror and sci-fi genres, but that doesn't mean its characters weren't prone to the occasional moment of frustrating stupidity. Let's put aside the obvious, that the Nostromo crew should never have let Kane out of quarantine, and briefly shine a light on Veronica Cartwright's character, Joan Lambert. Cornered by the Xenomorph as the crew preps to Nostromo for self-destruction, Lambert reacts by not reacting at all. Chief Engineer Dennis Parker sacrifices himself in an attempt to save her, throwing himself at the towering monster. But Lambert still just remains planted to the ground, unable to do anything but cry and scream helplessly. Unsurprisingly, she doesn't make it. Parker deserved better. Space mistakes. Prometheus may not have lived up to the high standards set by some of its predecessors, but that's not to say it wasn't a sufficiently creepy movie, even if it featured its fair share of boneheaded decisions. The first comes courtesy of Rafe Spall's character Milburn, who encounters a snake-like creature inside a mysterious alien temple. Milburn, a biologist, decides the best thing to do in that situation is to reach out and touch it. You can probably guess what happens next. Then we've got Vickers. After the Prometheus self-destructs by ramming into the spacecraft of the movie's villainous engineers, the flaming wreckage comes crashing down towards her and fellow explorer Elizabeth Shaw. The ship hits the planet's surface and begins rolling towards them like a wheel. Vickers, for some reason, attempts to outrun it rather than, say, taking a few steps to the side. Life hacks. James Wan Saw helped popularize the torture porn subgenre with a terror-drenched odyssey of elaborate and grotesque death traps. The star of the show is Dr. Lawrence Gordon, the oncologist turned prisoner who ultimately ends up taking drastic measures to escape his shackles. Except he didn't really need to. Believing his wife and daughter to be in danger after talking to them on the phone, but unable to reach his cell phone because he accidentally lost it, Lawrence proceeds to use a hacksaw to cut through his lower leg and free himself. Had he thought to just use the saw to pull the phone towards him, he might have discovered his family was safe without having to cut off his own foot. Blowing a good lead. When Scream's Ghostface killer attempts to corner Tatum Riley in a garage, she actually does a pretty good job of defending herself. Things fall apart, however, when she decides to attempt an escape by diving through a small dog entrance cut into the garage door. Obviously, it doesn't work, and let's not kid ourselves either. This scene was probably nothing more than an excuse for some close-up shots of a braless Rose McGowan in a short skirt struggling to fit her upper torso through a small door. A shocking twist. Whilst It Follows was lauded for its chilling intelligence and deft handling of mature themes, the movie nonetheless suffered from the inclusion of a devastating unintelligent choice made by its lead characters. In an effort to bring an end to the deadly entity that stalks Micah Monroe's character Jay, she and her friends concoct a plan to trap the creature in a swimming pool filled with live electrical devices. Thanks in part to the fact that said creature is immortal, this plan doesn't exactly work. Even director David Robert Mitchell pointed out the trap wasn't particularly well thought out. He said, "It's a kid movie plan, something that Scooby-Doo and the gang might think of. They do their best to accomplish something and we witness its failure." Laurie SNAFU. In Halloween H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis's character Laurie appears to finally defeat her murderous brother Michael Myers after cutting off his head. When it's revealed that the man she killed was actually a paramedic donning her brother's signature headpiece, however, she's forced to face him all over again, and makes a mistake that costs her dearly. When she's given another chance to kill Myers in Halloween Resurrection, Laurie reaches out to pull off his mask and double-check that it really is her brother standing in front of her. At the same time, she fails to realize that his hands are still free, giving him the perfect opportunity to turn the tables on her.
I'll see you in hell.